And that's the thing as well. In that position, you have to remind yourself that shit. I was probably that age. Like we've all been that age, innit? And we've all been a bit. We've all been a bit of like a dickhead at that age. You know what I mean? But equally, we've not been that bad.
I don't think at that age. You know, when I think about it, like when I was younger, I don't think when I was that young, I was that bad. Like I was proper goody two shoes when I was a kid. So I can't even front. Like proper, but I was bummy at my mum. I did not want to like my mum. I never got hit by. I said it on here many times. My mum hasn't hit me a lot, but the time she did, I knew about it and I didn't want it again. So I never stepped out of line. My mum was mentally, man. It wasn't physically. She never hit me, bro.
That's similar with me. It's mad with one of those because I never have any memory of being beaten as a kid.
No.
But like I was always respectful. Well, obviously, most of the time I was respectful, polite, behaved well. But yeah, like I personally don't agree with the beating of the kids and that. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with that as well. I don't think 21st century, man. There's no need to be beating your youth, man. It's very old fashioned, bro. It's like when the teachers used to give kids the cane for what?
Yeah, for sure.
For what? What does that do? You'll still hit kids with the cane and they'll still be bad.
Yeah.
Some kids aren't bothered. They will not care.
Still do it.
You know what I mean? You can give a kid 50 beatings and he's just gonna be like,
but then all it's doing is teaching that kid later on in life that when somebody misbehaves, when somebody does something wrong, you get licked, and it's like it's not good lessons to be teaching kids.
Literally. That's why I'm glad. Like, I could never do that to my youth when I have one in the future. I'd never beat my youth.
Well, I kind of hold a philosophy where it's like if you want to let a random guy in the street hit your kid, why would you hit your kid?
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I don't think it makes any sense. It doesn't bring the best out of them either. You don't get anything out. Like, if you hit your kid, what have you actually gained from that? Like, you haven't gained anything at all. There's nothing that you've... Yeah, it's, in my opinion, I don't think it gains anything. I really don't, but...
Yeah, man, people have their own parenting styles.
Yeah. And I'd never cuss out man's parenting styles, but some of them are shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them. Some parenting styles are, but like, that's the only thing. When I see some bad kids, I'm kind of like... I'm not saying it's bad parenting, but like, who are they with the most? Who did they learn it with?
It does kind of start in the home.
100%.
That's definitely... I'm definitely a firm believer in that, because as we look around all of the people, even all the people we're close friends with, bro, when you look at their parents or people that have raised them and stuff, they're good people. They're good
genuine
that's
people.
That's why I've got a lot of time for like you and everyone from sixth form, from basketball, etc., because we're all genuinely good people.
Yeah, it always comes from a good place.
You look at, like, for example, I met your mum, met like Jav's dad, met all these people's parents and everything, like Callum's mum, etc., and it's like all these people are actually genuine nice people, and it shows. That's why I'm friends with you, man. Because it's been instilled in you lot how to treat people, how to navigate your way through life and through social situations, and for real,
it's just people that, you know, the thing is, it's like little things like people understanding of like emotional cues and stuff like that. Like, when someone walks in a room, I don't know if it's just because of who I am, or like when someone walks in, let's say if you walked in and like, I don't know, you had a bad day, like when my girl has a bad day at work, I can walk in, I can feel it. You can just feel the energy. You're like, you're alright, and it's the facial expression, it's just the energy, it's everything. But some people will just never understand that. And then, you know, when they like try and have banter with it and they make a joke about something and they snap like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's about that, like, it's about that emotional intelligence, really. It's about how to kind of read, as you said, social cues, social situations, how to understand people. And it's one of them lifelong skills, and that's why some people are great at, for example, public speaking, or some people are successful in certain aspects because they can network. And to be fair, bro, as the world's going, that's how it is now. It's about who you know, and kind of how you know them, sort of thing. So it's definitely an important skill.
Yeah,
not a lot of people have to be able to speak to people and communicate effectively. Definitely.
It's weird as well. It's like the emotional cues thing. I agree with it. It's like, you know, when I was a kid, I wasn't very confident, but I feel like, you know, as I've gone through my life, I'm super confident. Like, not like, I won't say I'm overconfident or cocky. When I play sport, 100%.
Oh, for sure.
When I play sport, I'm trying to whoop your ass.
For sure.
I'm trying to whoop your ass. I don't care about you at all. I'll cuss you. I will cuss. But when it comes to like just in life, I feel like you're just confident in everything you do. It's just the way you present yourself. You can't be very sheepish like that, because people can take advantage of that. And it's not something you want. Like, it's so easy to take advantage of people as well. It's just not.
Sure.
Yeah, man. No, it's dead.
For sure.
Yeah, man, it's sick. What were you like when you were a kid? would you say you were confident? Because obviously I knew you from like 14, but then back when we were then, we didn't really chat like that. And then when we got to so when we got to 6, was it 6 4? Just before 6 4.
Just before 6 4.
About 15, 16, we really got to like, because we used to go back MSV and stuff like that.
Yeah, when we had the MSV training sessions, when I'd come to your man's training session on. So I remember the first time actually I got into Nova. It's because my little sister had a dance class at what's it called? Wildcats, yeah. And I think I'd seen Martin probably from a Friday night league game, and he told me to come down to Nova. We got walked by Hucknall still. That was when it was like obviously back in the day, like Luke, Burmo, Liam, Hakeem, and it was like me and I don't even know, man, like me and Stephen Ramsden. Bro, I've been playing ball for like 6 months, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like getting coached by. Remember my American coach from Ginobili?
Yo, I had beef with him.
Bro, he used to tell us to do a layup on the left hand side with our right hand if you couldn't use your left hand. And I'm thinking, bro, what kind of coaching is that, man? Yo, we're only 14. Like, come on, we can learn these skills.
Bro, that's kind of weird. I probably get my confidence from basketball, to be honest, or playing sport in general. But I remember once on the sideline. It was when there was a tournament, or like, we used to do like the Wildcats ones. They used to go to other people's schools, innit? And you, man, were playing a game, and your coach was on the side, and something happened. You went, "That's a travel," and I went, "That's not a travel." And I've been playing like a couple of years now. I was like, "He's like, that's travel." I said, "That's not a travel." He's like, "Don't talk to me like that, young blood." I was like, "Yo, bro." I said, "I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you're from. I know more about basketball than you do. That's a fact." And he was getting mad. And then my teacher's like, "Chuzel, go on now." I'm like, "No," I said, "You don't know what he's on about."
You're gonna talk smack on the court. That's how it is. You're not gonna talk shit.
I think I disrespected you. That 15-year-old telling you don't know what you're talking about. He was.
When you look back, bro, he's probably like 40, thinking like, "Yo, this is still kid."
Dash that cap. Who's this?
He's a shoot, fam.
Could you imagine if you tried to get to me now?
Yeah, serious.
Excuse me.
Yo,
oh god, man.
But yeah, back to your question about how I was when I was a kid. I don't know, bro. I was never a bad youth, as I say. Like, I was never a bad youth. I feel like I had a lot of good things going in my life in terms of like my mum was, got a lot of props to give to my mum still. Shout out her.
Shout out.
Obviously, also my dad, R.I.P. And like, for example, even just like the rest of my family when I was younger. Obviously, growing up with like spending a lot of time with my grandma, spending a lot of time with cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff like that. It was definitely a good family network, and I feel like a lot of the times when you see these bad youths, as I said before, you kind of have to look at the home system, innit?
Yeah.
And see how it is at home, bro. And usually, if the home or the family is dysfunctional, it's gonna translate to the kids' behaviour out there, like day to day.
It's little things like routine though, like if you don't have, it's as little as it is. If you don't have a bedtime, you already don't. And then let's say if you don't have a bedtime when you're like through your early years, then you have to tell your mum's like, you go to bed at 9. It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You can't enforce that because it's too late by then. If you need to enforce that from then. Like you're going to bed at 8.
Yeah.
As you get older, you can go to bed at 9. When you get into teens, maybe 9:30, maybe 10, but that's it. It's cut off.
Yeah, I think definitely when you're younger, bro, routine. Things like being in after school clubs and stuff. Like I spent a lot of time in after school clubs around friends' houses doing martial arts as man got older, doing basketball and stuff like that. So again, like those things were definitely important in my upbringing, how I am today.
I think they occupy. I think they're good. Things like that are good, like after school clubs, like that, because it occupies your time in a positive way. Where some kids, like my mum was kind of like, I want you to be in sport because I don't want you to be on the street. Don't get twisted. I used to go out with my friends and stuff like that. But I wasn't like, I knew people when I was 13, 14 on road. We're on road. My mum on crud from early, and I'm like, look, I'm not trying to hang around Broxter shops like you, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Don't get me wrong. I used to hang around with them kids sometimes, but that's because in the area. But then I was like, these lot are dead.
But we've been blessed where we've been in those situations, like as you say, like man weren't brought up in mansions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll like coming from St. Anne's and that, bro. It's
been hard times. You know what I mean? Hard times.
And like luckily, as I say, when I was younger, my mum did a lot of things and put a lot of things in place so I wasn't out on the street. I spent a lot of time at my grandma's, which was in Sherwood, a much nicer area where I had friends from school which they weren't on road doing bad shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, you'd be playing out with your friends, but we weren't on road doing street shit at the age of fucking year 6, year 7, year 5. And
that's the problem with some kids nowadays. I feel like they're a lot. It's just different, man. As kids are getting older, this next generation, man, It's changed. It's changed mass. Don't get me wrong. It's still the minority that ruin it for the majority. Like there aren't. It doesn't mean there are millions and millions and billions of bad kids. Don't get me wrong. They're not. But it's always the minority that ruins for the majority. There's a bit.
I feel like we're not time now, bro. With social media age, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We're like, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I use social media a lot myself, but when I look back at, like, for example, my younger sister is 10 years younger than mine. So I look at her when she was like 12, 13, 14, bro, and she's got, iPad, latest iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, PS4, you know what I mean? This, that, and I'm thinking like, I was struggling at that age. I had nothing.
I was lucky when I got the PSP for Christmas.
I was gassing. I finally got my BBM, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Real talk. I remember when I was younger. I had a fucking dongle thing. That you put in. You used to put. It was like a USB you put into your laptop, and I gave you internet, bro. I remember trying to play. I remember man at school like, we're playing COD and this and that, and I'm thinking like, I want to play some COD, bro. I'm home trying to put this dongle in my Xbox 360, and I'm thinking, why ain't this shit working, man? Like, come on. Obviously, like, when I look at the difference in upbringing now and how times have changed, it's like,
it's massive.
Definitely more privileged now.
100%. I think it's a technology thing, though. Yeah, it's one of them.